1 year ago today, I sat at this exact bench and I said,
this is California's big call to action.
Man, look at 1 year ago, Jason. So full of hope, you know? Also, is my hair thinning? Oh, so in 2025, did California answer this big call to climate action from its communities, or did they let the call go to voicemail? Hello? No, California's not here right now. Can I take a message? Uh-huh. Slow down real quick. Uh-huh. 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 So every year, we at California Environmental Voters give the state of California a grade on climate. We're essentially asking, are we doing enough for the moment that we're in? And look, this was a crazy year to try to give a grade to, because while it is true that the call for community climate action went unanswered for most of the year, this year was also just insane. And it's difficult to hear an urgent call to action when there's a dozen other equally urgent calls all vying for our attention at the same time. So things were looking a little bleak, but luckily at the end of the year, the governor and the legislature came together to get some real wins on the board on things like climate investment, California's biodiversity, and energy affordability. So what grade did California get on climate this year? Let's find out. Hello, operator. Yes, could you tell me what grade California got on the 2025 environmental scorecard? Yes, thank you. I'll hold. The reason why this grade is so important is that it tells us whether California is doing anything on these issues, because we actually have the technical solutions to solve even these most daunting problems. What we lack is the political will. That's the hard thing. And this scorecard tells us whether our elected officials are doing the actions necessary to make that happen. Yes, I'm here. Yeah, the grade. Oh. Uh-huh. And that's because of the... Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him. California got a C. Okay, so technically it's a 78, so a higher C, but this marks the third year in a row that California has dropped with its score on climate. And just for reference, I think I got a 78 in my 10th grade gym class. So if you're telling me that California did as well on climate this year as 10th grade Jason did at running the mile, we got problems. The main problem was that throughout the year, the legislature kept falling for false choices, thinking that we could either answer the call to climate action or answer the call for affordability. But we know that the climate crisis and the affordability crisis are actually linked. So when you answer the climate crisis by doing things like reining in corporate greed, developing clean energy, advocating for human health, or building community resilience, you answer the affordability crisis as well. Hello? Who's this? Well, why ask you first? Okay, listen, buddy. Don't take that tone with me. Look, you called me. So yeah, it was a bit of a strange, disappointing year. But if you're like us and still care deeply about whether California is actually trying to tackle the big issue of climate change, you have to check out the full 2025 environmental scorecard. It's a website that has the governor's score, the leadership scores, and most importantly, has a place where you can enter your address and see how your individual legislators are acting on climate, which is a very powerful thing to know during an election year, I might add. So check it out at envirvoters.org/scorecard and be sure to... Hello?